welcome, revved up.
Sing.
配色到了可以随便逛 Get some eyes 把你闪亮发光 My lifestyle 成为你的理想铺上牛plan 就在台湾不想回答你为难太长不断的 passion 我来开灯占领了目标的 make station S M money 全部带头上配色到了可以随便逛 Get some eyes 把你闪亮发光 My lifestyle 成为你的理想铺上牛plan 就在台湾不想回答你为难太长不断的 passion 我来开灯占领了目标的 make station
Oh boy, you went dumb on this one.
Hello, welcome to another episode on Revved Up. Today I'm with my good friend Spencer. And Spencer, I have a brilliant treat for you today.
Oh,
you are going to absolutely love it. I mean, you love your shit boxes.
I do indeed.
But we are doing my mate Pollock's BMW 7 Series Gangster. And I'll tell you something now, it is right up your street.
I do love it.
Here he is,
yeah.
Naylor. Here he is. Keep it.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, Tony,
Yeah.
just been given a 7 Series.
You know what that means, don't you?
I do know what that means.
I think that means time to do a review on a
Something
BMW
like
7 Series.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Right.
Well, where do we start?
I don't know, where do we start? I mean, look at it.
I think we should start with saying it is a 2000s BMW 728i from original. It was originally in asphalt silver, which some of you may know was made for the 007 films.
7 Series, you know,
I think
7 Series badge.
backwards. But it's been painted quite a nice blue, to be fair. I quite like it. What about you, Tone?
Yeah, it's actually quite nice. It was basically a rattle can job, which is absolutely fine. But it being a 728i, it's a 2.8 manual conversion, sorry, should we say? Manual converted, yeah, sorry. It's literally about 190 brake horsepower standard, but
it's been messed around with
a bit. It's got about 230-ish. Yeah, I mean,
it's just a gorgeous car, isn't it?
It is. I kind of don't know where to start with this one. I mean, there's so much to talk about and so much to go through that I don't know where to start. Where should we start?
Where should we start? I think we start from this side here, right, and go around the whole corner. Right?
Right. Okay. So, just to clarify, it's a 728i. It was an auto. It's manual converted, running roughly about 230 brake horsepower.
Hasn't been dynoed, so we don't know official figures.
Yeah. But the big downside to that is it does weigh just under 2 ton.
She is quite heavy.
But let's get into the modifications. We'll start down this side onwards and we'll just get on with it.
Sounds good to me.
So Spencer, modification this on the side of the car. I'm going to start at the obvious because they stare at you right in the face.
And they're gorgeous.
These big 20-inch W10M Works genuine split rim alloy wheels wrapped in Continental tyres on the front and drift tyres on the back. Basically, when I say drift tyres, I mean cheap tyres we don't care about them, we just burn the rubber on them.
Exactly that.
That's that. So what's behind them, Spence?
So behind that we've got some big boy brakes. We've got 4-pot calipers with some drilled and grooved discs and some EBC pads behind that. Good stopping, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Right, and behind that, to make it so low, we've got some BC Racing coilovers that are lovely and shiny, and they're not super stiff, which is quite nice.
And then you've got, I think there are a little bit, there's spacers on there with the K2 over fenders, K2 Industries over fenders, which were cut down. So originally they're about an inch longer down, so obviously they're cut to fit.
Well, these were originally E39 over fenders.
Well, there you go.
And they were cut and shaped to fit the E38.
Do you reckon the guy that owns this is a mechanic or a body person, and if he's able to do that?
It's either that or he's the all-round master of everything.
Or we'll get, when you see the back of the car, you might think he might be a bit of a drug dealer gangster. So we'll get there eventually, but you'll see why. Or he might even be a porn star producer, you know, by the back of the car. But yeah, so K2 Industries over fenders, the 20-inch Works W10M genuine split rim wheels with the big boy 4-pot brakes and the brake calipers, drilled and grooved disc with BC coilovers and spacers, which makes it sit out, gives it a nice look. It rubs a little bit on a full lock, as you can see there.
That's not even full lock.
And I can assume, I would assume, which we'll probably find out a little bit later when we drive the car, that it is probably not a very comfortable drive, but we'll get to that. It's also got, as you move down the side of the car, it comes with the side skirts. It's genuine from factory. It's then got the curtains in the windows, which we'll get to when we move into the interior. Just messed them up for him, and it's okay. And then obviously we've got the rear over fenders as well, with again the same setup on the rear. And then these are a little bit more flimsy on the rear, but
only a little
it's a drift
bit, not
car.
too
It's
much.
fine. It's okay, right?
Exactly, and it's very nice fitment. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think the camera can see how nice of a fitment this is to the wheel.
I mean,
there is no scrubbing here whatsoever, but it is bloody close.
Yeah, I mean, it is close, but again, they're the cheapy tyres, you know, for a bit of burning rubber. I have been informed that the owner can't burn any rubber today because he's put an open diff back into it, which is a bit of a shame, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, I would love to have been seen this thing go sideways though.
But let's keep it legal today, shall we?
We're in, hey, it's a private industrial estate.
It is indeed, yes.
There's nothing
private
we can do.
property.
Private
living
property,
in Mexico.
so it's all fine. Right, so should we move on to the rear? Let's move on to the rear, I think.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Right, onto the rear of the car. We have
Got quite.
First of all, I have noticed the big boy quad power tips.
They're very nice.
They're
straight
around
cut.
about 2.5 inch to 3 inch wide.
Can't
Gives
really
it
tell
a
by
lovely sound. We'll do a sound check at some point in the video.
Oh,
But
definitely.
it sounds really nice.
And to complement it in the middle there, we have got this very nice metal diffuser,
Which is a universal generic one.
but it's made to fit.
Followed by a cut rear bumper to make the to give it the good shape of the back, which fits the exhaust and the diffuser in. And then moving further up, we have got
some LED converted rear lights that give me very much E38 M Sport vibes.
and then moving on from that, we've got his show plates, which are colour coded to the car, but they're also magnetic. And then literally you just go boom, back on, job done.
Very nice.
Moving up from the car, then we've got a soft close boot, which I'll quickly show you.
It's very
literally,
nice.
You open it, and then as you close it, it literally
If you just close it slowly, it'll close itself.
soft close.
It's
And
gorgeous.
that is a really nice touch, I think, because they can be quite heavy boots.
They're very heavy boots, and it's made to look nice with a D badge, no BMW badge or BMW 7 Series badges anywhere to be seen.
We've got the tinted rear window,
Which are dark.
with a black
Very
black painted roof, which complements the car quite nicely.
With a BMW E60 fin.
Which doesn't quite sit right, but
Ish.
it's not made for the car, so it's not going to sit right. I do feel like there is one or two things missing with this car though.
It needs a spoiler,
It
doesn't it?
needs a spoiler
Or two.
or two. I mean, it needs one on the rear
I
boot,
think a little ducktail or
Yeah.
just a little lip, just something big enough
literally
there.
there,
And
then
just one at the top
there.
of the... Yes.
But
that'd be
that
gorgeous.
then gives me chaser vibes.
Yes, but this was the German Chaser.
Yeah, I know. And I think this is a little bit more gangster than the chaser.
Very
as well.
much so.
I
Very
really do.
much so.
It's a really nice car. I do like it.
It is gorgeous.
So the rear The rear is not as many modifications.
But you wait until we get into the interior.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the interior is a different animal.
Very nice.
And I'll tell you something now, he has spent good money on 1 or 2 modifications on the interior. I think is a really nice touch. One of them cost over £1,000 and it really complements the interior. So
should we go have a look?
Should we have a look at the interior?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah. Spencer, we're in the back of the car and this is really giving me Steven Seagal vibes. I mean,
mate,
like,
it is gorgeous.
It is like we're actually being treated in the back here. Mate. Nice grey leather interior, loads of room, comfortable seats, bit of. I think you said this was Captain Morgan's.
I think it's Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan's. But because of legal reasons on the UK roads, they are sealed shut, so you can't actually drink out.
Yep. You know, you got a little cigar here, which obviously, you know, with the cigar cutters.
Mate, I just think
again, they're obviously shut, glued shut, so that no one hurts themselves.
I just think it's such a clever idea.
I really
to put
do.
all this in, and it just looks so nice.
7 Series, like it really does. I mean, let's do a cha-ching ching.
Oh, go on then, go on.
Just a cha-ching ching. You know, like
cruising around in an old 7 Series.
It's so basic in the back here. I mean, it's even got the curtains. Let's see if they work. Shall we look? Oh,
you say it's basic, Tone, but what other car are you going to get all of this in?
But
it is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. Like it is nice.
Could you imagine being paraded around in this?
Oh, mate,
turning up to a show and someone's there going, "Oh mate, look, fucking."
Do you know? Right. Okay. So
centre.
So question, Spencer. Now you're on about showing up in a show, right?
Yeah.
What would you rather be chauffeured around in, this or a Maybach? Or a Maybach? Well,
personally,
Maybach.
Personally, I'll probably want this for the main reason of I don't like newer cars. I like my older cars, and the e38 is the pinnacle of BMW.
Oh, I know, but yeah. But anyway, it's such a basic back, but it's so nicely done. Credit where credit's due to the owner. He really has a gangster look. So
it really has.
Should we get in the front?
I think we should.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Right, Spencer, if you get in, and I'll show the camera these seats quickly before I get in. Right, so moving on to the front of the car, we've got these lovely. What are they, Spencer?
These are NRG Prisma Ultra bucket seats, imported from America for this specific colour to match the interior.
Yeah, and it feels like Alcantara, but I don't think it is. I couldn't tell you the name of the material, but it's also wrapped in black Sparco 4-point harnesses.
They are very nice.
Which are really nice. They complement the car, grey and black. So
the seats alone cost them £500 plus shipping fees per seat.
It wasn't cheap. Not
cheap.
Right, so what I'll do is I'll get in there and we'll have a little closer look at everything, yeah? Right. Oh. Right. Let's put his carpets back for him. Oh. Right, so now that we're inside the car, we've got a lovely, first off, OMP genuine steering wheel, black Alcantara with the yellow stripe. It's not straight now because the wheels are not straight.
But it's a lovely original OMP steering wheel.
Yeah, with an NRG snap-on steer quick release from, I think he said he got it from Driftworks.
Yes, he did.
I've got one of these in my Saxo, funnily enough.
Yeah, you do.
And I love them. I think they're brilliant. They work. They literally gives it a nice feel, and it is a really nice touch. We've also got in here, Spencer,
we have got, so, a couple of little things. We have got a lovely donut stick by Tony's Leg here.
Yes.
A lovely e-handbrake for you Americans.
Yes.
Is
e-brake.
E-brake or something along them lines. So here as well we have, I don't know what brand the gear stick is itself, God knows, but it is a E36 short shifter on an E39 5-speed get rag gearbox, right? Made to look like an automatic, but as you can see, she ain't no auto.
It's got the Pioneer DAB head unit in there, which has got a nice. It's got some nice little fly buttons here, which I'll show you in a second what they are.
But these start the car.
Switches, they literally, they do something really cool. They do something to what I think is the most expensive part of the car, but it is so nice.
Should we show it off?
Well, I don't know. Let's hold off for a minute.
Let's hold off
because we've got the handrest here,
which originally had a phone.
Yeah.
Right, from factory, this had a phone here, but obviously you can't use a phone in the cars nowadays, so he has converted it to a little cubby hole for his lighters.
With these cup holders down here. Was an ashtray. It has now been 3D printed to make it a double cup holder.
Because his original one is...
The original one don't quite work.
No.
But while we're there, look, we've also got a remote here, which, if we flip this switch here, right, if you look up, look at these little pin lights, right? And you can change...
Gorgeous.
You can change them, like you can go red, green, yellow, orange. What's your favourite colour? Oh, let's go pink. That is so white. It's such a cool little thing. I mean, it's had a lot of money spent on this car.
It has. But while we've got the ignition on, shall we show off what I think is the most expensive part of this entire build?
Well, no, because let's turn it off, because there's no point in showing it halfway through, is there? Because it's already on.
Yeah.
So let's do it from the beginning. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. So, Daniel. Which is the cameraman, by the way. I'm going to take the steering wheel off and I'm going to put this out the way up here. Now, if I open this door and we move you to a better angle, right? So we've got it's a 3 switches, remember?
Yeah.
So we got to flip 3 switches, right? So we've got that one, that one, and that one. And now watch what happens here and here. Look at that! Look at that dash. That is an ID4 motion dash, and I think it's a digi dash, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in this. I mean, I don't like BMWs and I don't like the whole new digi dashes stuff, but just look at that in a car that's a 2000 plate. It does look really nice. What do you think?
I think that it's the icing on the cake. It is absolutely gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, but that itself cost him about £1,000. He is a mechanic, he is very good at his job, he does do all the modifications himself as much as he can, but I think that is the icing on the cake for the car. We'll turn it on in a minute because we're going to do a sound check, but I just want to finish the front of the car modifications and the engine bay, and then we'll do a sound check and a quick drive and blah blah blah. So for now we're just going to turn all these off. We'll get out, go to the front of the car, get all the modifications on the front, open up the bonnet, talk about that, and yeah, so let's go and have a look at the front. Right, front of the car. I think the front of the car actually looks the best. I absolutely love this front end.
It is beautiful.
It really is nice. So we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to start from the bottom, right, and we're going to talk about modifications from the bottom up. So we've got the LP in the bottom lip with a rubber extension, just so, because it's low, you hit a bumper, you don't want to rip off your splitter. So he's put a rubber one there to stop it from damaging it, which I think is a good little idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah, Alpina thing, Alpina bottom
front
lip
splitter
with a US spec bumper trim, because the British one comes to about here. They look ugly, but I think that really does look really nice.
It really is.
It does. And then it's got the Street Freaks headlights with a halo converted in it with the black eyebrows. Again, gives it a nice mean look. And
being 2000, this is a facelift, so it's got what I call the droopy eyelids.
Yeah.
So they actually come down a bit more, which personally I think look a lot better.
But I mean, I just think it looks quite nice. It looks evil, it looks nice, and then you're moving up. As you move up, you've got the bonnet raisers on the side, which lifts the top up a little bit. Chameleon front tint, I think, is really nice touch, with a black sun strip, which complements the roof and the rear tint. Overall, though, the look of this car, I really really do like
It
it.
is
I
very
don't like
nice.
BMWs that much.
No, you don't. You're more
But
of a 90s
this-
hatchback
yeah,
kind of
but
man.
this really, I think I'd happily own this one.
Yeah.
I'd happily own this one for a BMW, but we're now getting into the bit that I know nothing about because, again, I don't like BMWs, so I never looked into them. It's the engine. So for this bit, I'm going to pass you over to Spencer.
It's my time
He's going to
to
talk you
shine.
through the engine parts, and I'm just going to stand here and listen, basically.
So, as we open it up, the first thing that you will see here is a lovely alley radiator, right? Alley radiators are so much better than the standard ones because they're a lot bigger, they're wider, and they can hold so much more coolant to cool your engine down. In front of it, we've got a dark side oil cooler with braided lines going straight into the plate for the oil filter. Well, next to it anyway, which is very nice to be fair because it gives it that kind of half chrome look. And the big old power block here, we've got an M52 B28, right, which from stock runs about 190 brake. However, it has a B30 intake, which is bigger and smoother, and a 3-inch intake pipe with an aftermarket air filter and a cold induction kit. Hence why we think it's running probably about 230, maybe more, maybe less, we don't know, right? And to top it all off, it's got an auxiliary fan and purple injectors, sorry, which are bigger CCs, pushing more fuel, more air, more bang, more go, right?
More bang for your buck.
Exactly that. And being a typical BMW, he's also got some extra oil just in case he runs out.
Which is told us is empty because he had to top it up on his way here. Again, typical BMW, mainly why I don't really like BMWs, they just use so much oil.
They do. Now, there is one more thing, which is standard on these, right, but you never see nowadays, which is the diagnostics for them. Every newer car has an OBD2, right, where BMW back in the day decided OBD2 wasn't their thing yet. So they tried their own diagnostics ports, which are just on the side here. If I untwist it and lift it up, you will see there's got a 5-pin, 5-pin on the cap with, I believe that should be a 10-pin plug. Now, you can get an adapter that plugs into a computer and that will tell you certain fault codes. The difference is for nowadays is that it doesn't tell you exactly what the problem is. It will say, oh, you have a braking fault, which could be anything to do with the brakes.
In other words, typical German engineering, it'll tell you it's a fault, but it'll tell you it's a fault, but it won't tell you it's a fault, basically.
Pretty much. They
It will
just
go, yeah, we have a fault, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You've got to work that fault out yourself.
Exactly, and
Basically.
it's too overcomplicated.
But I mean, overall, Spencer, let's give it a rating, say, out of 10 for looks-wise.
Looks.
Right? 10 being
Well.
10 being really nice, right? And 1 being, nah, not very nice, don't like it, blah, blah, blah.
Personally, to me, this is a solid 8 out of 10.
8
It's
out of
a
10?
gorgeous car. The only thing for me, personally, is that I would prefer it to... I prefer the slimmer look. I'm not a huge fan of wide bodies on a bigger luxury car like this. It's out there, don't get me wrong, and it's different, but it's not my taste.
Yeah, well, you see, I don't know, I'd rate it, I don't know, I'd rate it a good 9. I'd rate it a solid 9 out of 10. I don't like big cars. But this,
despise
I hate big cars. I prefer a nice 3-door hatchback, everyone knows. But I really think the combination of the black roof, chameleon tint, the blue paint, the gold wheels slammed, everything like that, I think complements the whole car really nice.
It does.
Now, like, if you're going to have a nice modified car that you built yourself, this, I think, is the definition of built, not bought.
100%, because
You know.
when he first got it, it was completely standard.
Yeah.
Completely standard. And he has done every single thing to it by himself, with a few hands from a mate or two.
Well,
But
that's the looks, right? We've gone through the modifications, we've gone through the looks, we've rated it out of 10. On average, we're talking 8.5, because you said 8.5 to 9,
Yeah.
I said 9, so we're going to give it an average 8.5 out of 10.
8.5.
Right? So, I
I
think
think-
there's 2 things left to do, I think.
Sound
check
and drive.
and drive. So, I think we're going to do a sound check next, I think.
It's got to be.
It's
the first thing you do.
Right, okay. Time to work out how we start this thing, because you know that ID4 motion and stuff like that. I mean, let's work out all these buttons and see if we can get it started and do a sound check, shall we?
3 switches and a button, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you say 3 switches and a button. But how many? What's the chances of those 3 switches and a button going wrong?
God knows.
All you have to do is switch the wrong switch, and you're wrong anyway.
We'll wait and see.
But anyway, let's get it started. Let's do a sound check, and yeah, then we'll do a drive.
Sounds good to me.
Right, key in the ignition. Let's get this thing started, shall we? So, switch, 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 switch. I feel like I'm in a fighter jet here. Now, button. Let's just let that do that. Button on. Right. Oh, that sounds so meaty, but it's so nice. It literally is so nice. Right, sound check. Time for the cameraman to get to the back, and let's have a little sound check on this.
Oh, Tony, this sounds fucking lovely. Go on, give it some. Go on.
Spencer, I don't know what you're doing, but you ain't driving this, mate. Do you want to get in the back? Do you want me to chauffeur you around?
Hell yeah, I do. I'll let you drive it.
Just get out. I'll open the door. Proper chauffeur you around. Come on.
Thank you very much, darling. Thank you very much.
Come on then, get in the back. Oh, get in that back, my friend. Enjoy your cigar. Enjoy your bit of rum. All right.
I shall.
There we go. All right. You comfy?
Very.
Right, my turn. Look at. He actually suits that, doesn't he? Shirt, sunglasses.
That's why I need one.
He's proper in there. He is. Right.
Need one, big time.
Let's get in. Right. Let's get the harnesses on. Shut the door. The harnesses on. I do miss my sack sub. Right, let's go.
Let's go.
Spencer, are you ready for this?
No, Tony, hold on a minute.
What's up now?
Because I've just noticed something that I despise about this thing now. Right?
Oh.
The seat belts in the rear are on the opposite side, right? So normally, when you get into the back, you'll pull it from your right hand side over, or if you're on the left, you'll pull it from the left hand side over. This is the opposite way round. I have to pull this from my left down to my right, and everyone knows that is wrong. That is very wrong.
Look, Spencer, right? Stop moaning, right? Put your seatbelt on.
It's on.
Enjoy your cigar.
I shall.
And have some rum. And sit back and relax, all right? Because we're driving, and I'm going to stall this about 50 times.
Where's all the rum?
Are we ready? Your rum's there. Just get it down you, all right? Just shut up and get it down you.
Let's go, all right?
Right, let's start this this spaceship up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ignition on for steering lock. And button. That would never get old, man. That never gets old, does it? Look, God, it's never going to get old. Right, how many times do we reckon we're going to stall this today?
I'm going to say 3.
3?
Yeah, because that clutch is heavy, man.
Cameraman, do you want to weigh up on this? How many times do you think I'm going to stall it?
I'm going to say once or twice.
Once or twice?
At least.
At least.
Right, okay, let's go. So, for those that are wondering why I think I'm going to stall it, it's got a stage 2 clutch in it, and it is very, very heavy. But I've also got to do the handbrake, which is the knee brake at the same time. So, let's just drive the car, shall we? Let's just get it done. Right, Spencer, are you comfy there?
I am comfy.
Because I've got to, right,
and
I've got to pull this back, that up.
He doesn't know.
Right, that's the handbrake off.
Really
Do not mess with my harnesses.
Who
right?
said that? No one said that.
Otherwise, we're going to crash. Alright? And we don't want to crash. Right. Oh, fuck me. First, I think. I think that's first. Right, this is going to really, really fun. Right. Nope, we're in reverse. That's first. Right, okay. Oh, almost. Oh. Almost. Oh. I tell you what, this is really horrible to drive. It's not really filling me any confidence. Oh, look at that rubbing on that. This is not filling me with confidence. Speed bump! Speed bump!
Slow down, chauffeur, slow down.
Slow down! Oh,
Slow down.
This is really horrible! Who decides?
That was close.
This is really horrible to drive. I don't know if I'm in first or third, you know.
I would go round to the left there. I don't think it'll make it down there.
I don't know if I'm in first or third.
I would say you're in first, but it is such a short shift.
Mate, it's so horrible.
Oh, but it's one of them cars.
But,
you look in the windows and it just looks gorgeous. What?
Hear that pop bang bang?
Oh.
I feel like I'm in a... I don't know what I feel like I'm in, but I feel like I'm some sort of gangster.
I feel like I'm in luxury, man.
Oh, mate, it's so weird driving this thing. But I haven't stalled it yet. There's still time. I tell you what though, these bucket seats as well, where they're quite low and I'm quite a short guy, I'm literally, my eye level is literally bang on with the top of the Speedo dash thing, and it's so hard to see over the front of this. But surprisingly, it drives all right. I mean, it's not bad. It can be a bit scrapey, and the clutch is very heavy, and obviously we were short shifter on it, but it's not that bad. I mean, I can see why he's put a big mirror here though, because it is awkward having a look around, seeing what's what. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I know, it's so bad.
That is harsh, man.
Right, let's
Jesus Christ.
Let's put a bit of power in this, shall we, and see what happens. Right, I haven't installed it. Oh, that gearbox is so bad.
Mate, it's such a nice sound.
That gearbox is like, it's that Here we go again. Here we go again. Are we going to make it round? Yeah, we're going to make it round. Oh, there we go. Here we go. We're in. We're in. That rub is so bad. But it's not bad, to be fair.
It's quite pokey.
It's not bad.
It is quite
pokey. I will give it that. I mean, I feel like...
Oh, you be careful, Tone, it's going to rub.
Oh, it's going to rub again. It's going to rub again. It doesn't like that, does it?
That's bad, man.
Oh, rub on that.
Mate, that is pure disgust. That is horrible.
But... There we go. I finally stalled it. There's number one. Right. Stalled it from number one.
Press the button.
But that is so bad.
Hey, that rubs horrifically. Oh mate.
Oh, right, anyway, I'm not going to drive that anymore.
No!
Because it's also very hard to put the handbrake on this.
Come back in.
Stop, leave me alone. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, temperature's gone up to normal. I mean, I'll tell you what though, it was quite, that dash is quite nice to look at. It really is quite nice to look at.
It is quite nice to me.
So, what do you rate that as a passenger in the rear? What do you rate that out of 10?
Looks wise, 10. Because that was fucking, it makes you look so good, right?
Yeah.
Driving wise, 3 or 4. Right. It is so stiff and it rubs like no tomorrow.
I can imagine. Well,
let's just put it this way: if you have a bit more weight on your chest, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna really hurt.
yeah, it will. But I think driving this for me was probably a 5. I think a 5
Yeah.
out of 10. The clutch is heavy. The short shift I can't get on with. The brakes are a little bit spongy, but they work. They are good. But I don't know that it's just me being very particular about BMW. But I think a 5 out of 10 drive for this.
Yeah.
But overall rating, like everything combined, I reckon around about, I think a good solid 7.5 overall out of 10.
I think before we get out of time, you should give it one more rev.
Oh,
Go on. Go on.
Should we? Should we? You reckon?
Go on, one more for the camera.
Oh, one more for the camera, okay.
Oh.
I can see the owner's face from here just saying, oh, fuck off, boys. leave that car alone, will ya?
Right, do you remember how to turn it off, Tone?
Yeah, just press the button, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, switches.
Switches from right to left.
From right to left.
From right
here
to left,
onwards,
yeah? So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Perfect.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, we're almost finished. There is 1 or 2 more things left to do, but we'll get out and we'll talk about those.
Come on then, Rudolph. Let's go.
Oh, Spencer, it's been a blast.
It has been a blast.
We've got a nice gangster car on the thing. We've given it a good rate, 7 out of 5 overall. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I hope the viewers at home liked it. Don't forget to drop us a like and a follow if you want more. If you want your car on the channel, you want me to do a rating or a review of it, drop me a message or a comment, and well, my Instagram's going to be on the screen now, and then just drop me a message on there or drop a comment in the thing and we'll make it happen. Whether or not I get Spencer on the channel again, because a lot of people seem to like a bit of banter back and forth.
It's always good to have a second presenter.
And he always looks like he's, I don't know, he just looks like he belongs in a video, do you know what I mean?
I just got bed.
But yeah, so basically, BMW 7 Series, 7 out of 5, you know, I would say I would own one, but I don't know.
I don't know.
So basically, he does not, oh, here he comes.
Oh, God.
He
No,
he don't look happy. Spencer, yours, see you later.
Hi.
I thought you were valet parking.
I gotta say, it's a lovely car. Thank you, sir.
Well, cheers to the owner. I'll drop his Instagram on the screen. Drop him a follow. He's a really nice lad. He didn't want to be on camera. Not everyone is good enough. I wouldn't say good enough to be on camera, but there are people who are camera shy.
Yeah.
So drop him a follow.
He's a lovely guy.
Drop him a like. Go and follow that. He's got a BMW 2 Series as well. But I have been told he had a Saxo VTR, but his friend that's with him, who's over there, he wrote off a Saxo VTR just like the other kid that's in the video there. He also wrote off Saxo VTR. He's hiding at the moment, but yeah, again, don't forget, drop us a like and a follow. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Spencer, thank you for giving it a hand.
Thank you, Tone.
And we'll get it a lot more.
Definitely.